Excuse me for reading, but I can't stray too far because I know I've only got 3 minutes. But 32 years ago, I joined Rotary. But my early memories of Rotary go way back before the 32 years. My dad was a member of this Rotary Club long before I was born. He was president when I was 9. And he always seemed to know what was going on in the community because of Rotary programs. We often had discussions at supper table about Rotary programs. They were going to 4-lane Highway 27. Hadn't been too long ago that they just paved it, which that was a little bit before my time, but I do remember it when it was 2-lane. And when they were talking about 4-laning it, there was going to be a new addition to the hospital. Avon Park Lakes development was getting underway. New FBO was coming to the airport. You're going to be able to take flying lessons there. And for some reason, I always remember him talking about a program given by the FBI about what today would be called profiling. And that was way, way back, but for some reason, I always remember him talking about that Rotary program. But he always seemed to know what was going to happen in the community because of what he had heard at a Rotary program. But my fondest memories of Rotary go back to my high school days, 45 years ago. How many of you remember Mr. Will Height? Well, a lot more than I thought. Okay, I figured there'd be half a dozen. That's a pretty good number. He was my high school principal, and he was also a member of the Rotary Club. And ever since junior high, which is what we now call middle school, I'd set up sound for assemblies and run the projector and stuff like that at school. In the old days, it was an old 16mm projector. Some of you may remember that with the big reels on it, and you thread the film through the thing, and when it would lose its loop, it would make all kinds of noise, and the picture would flicker and all that, and it was my job to make it not do that. We didn't have computers or DVD players or any of that kind of stuff, but it was great for getting out of class. So I did that. I did that at school. Well, so anytime they had a film to be shown at Rotary, Mr. Wilhite would check me out of school and bring me to Rotary Club with him. So I'd set up the projector and run it, and back in those days, they were meeting at the Jacaranda, bud, back then that I remember. And it was great for getting out of class, and I enjoyed that back at that time. Of course, I'll never forget the Legends race that we ran from 2001 to 2006. I'll never forget the way the whole club pulled together and to pull off such a monumental task. I'll never forget Doug Gentry, who voted against everything we ever did. But he was the first one to show up to work every time, and I'll never forget those barriers, Doug. Thank you all for being a part of a great Rotary Club and a great part of my life.